Praise God, I'm here and I'm doing this for all the children in the world. And I know that's why it's important. When all of this first started in my world, where God was giving me the ability to see, like have visions and see the future through dreams and things like that, when it all begun, and it's documented here on this YouTube channel, I asked him why was he deciding to destroy the world now? Why bring judgment now is what I asked God. And he told me at that time, too many children are praying to die. That was his, it was almost audible. It wasn't audible, but it was almost like it was so clear that that's what God was saying, was that too many children are praying to die. So it's been now 4 years, I think, almost 3, 4 years of having this channel and God speaking with me on a daily basis, to the point where I have to tell you all what he's been saying and what he said. So 4 years later, 3, 4 years later, it is all coming to a head where it is obvious that the slavery of children is God's biggest concern and the reason for what's happening. I'm trying to do this video, but y'all, I gotta y'all come with me. Y'all can see Ruru. Ruru about to get killed. I know, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be serious and do this video because it's super important. But y'all, my chicken Ruru is about to get killed because y'all know Damascus like has had chicken before. You know what I mean? He killed the chicken before. He's killed before. This might coincide with what we try and talk about. But Damascus has tasted blood before. You get what I'm saying? So there is no keeping him away from the chickens. And Ruru, hey love, my chicken Ruru done got out and is getting close to Damascus. And I just can't see the horror of Damascus. Hold on, let me open this gate before I do that. How did you get out? You just walked out, I'm sure. Hello. So I was I'm doing this. Um, this is, definitely one of those that God himself said had to be done. Come on, Ruru. Come on, Ruru. There go Boo. Come on, get in here. Get in the gate. Get in the gate. My goodness. I'm trying to do a video on a message from God. I'll be back out there, Boo. Hold on. So, as many of you know, God told me to sell everything and move to the country a few years ago. And now I live in the country and I got chickens and all that stuff. I got a small farm going, just enough to sustain through what's coming. But it is definitely judgment, and that's what we about to talk about today. So if that's not your kind of scene, prophetic speaking, I speak with God. Okay, I really do. It's been documented and proven on this channel several times. Go back to my October last year video, and the day before Israel did what it did. No, not Israel. Hamas or whoever that is, did what they did in Israel. I had said it was going to happen the day before, literally. Told y'all tomorrow God said something about to happen and it's going to be a game changer, like the jump off of everything. And it happened. So there's just been many, many, many things that God has shown me. And the big one that he's telling me about right now is the slavery of children. Oh, it's 111, and a thing popped up on my phone right when I said that. Okay, so he has been like really keeping me to understand that there is a satanic evangelism happening, and we are all sitting by while knowing that there is a new slavery about afoot, and it is the real slavery, and it's happening to children. Okay, so he told me I got notes. You know, I jump around a lot, so I want to tell you this. Since I jump around a lot, if you watch the replay, just go on and wait and watch the replay. But if you you could speed up the video, you get what I'm saying, and it just makes more sense then. I noticed that because I jump around so much. If you speed it up, it all makes better sense. Okay. Thank you for being here, Knowledge. I'm so glad Knowledge is in the building because she's witnessed it. My sister Knowledge, this is a person I don't know, right? I've never met Knowledge, the young lady Jamila Knowledge in the chat. I've never met her in person. I met her through this channel, and she has been along for the ride, and she can vouch for the fact that I'm telling you the truth. God gave us image and vision and dreams and all kinds of stuff. There's no way I could have contrived this down to the actual. I described to you guys, I believe on Halloween of 2020, how God gave me a dream, and I was a girl sitting on a beach watching this gigantic tsunami come in, but nobody was running. And they were like, oh, it's real far away. We got time. That's why nobody's running. But that was the exact same scene as Leave the World Behind. Exact same scene. I was the little girl in that dream that happened back in 2020, or I think it was Halloween of 2020. Y'all go back and watch the video. Y'all can see it for yourself in real time. Right, in real time. So I'm not going to go too far on my credibility, but I am positive that God is speaking with me. So if that's not your type of video, or you're full of not really knowing how God works, then that's fine. Just go, this is not the video for you. But if you know that God is real and you've seen with your own eyes how all of this is unfolding, you know when I tell you God said he's about to judge the world because too many children are praying to die, you know I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. So I want to, he told me to take you through my experience first, and then I'm just going to read the Bible and let him tell you personally after that. Because it's not like he held any of this back. He didn't hold one word. He said it all. It's all been proclaimed in his book, okay? In the Bible, okay? So first, let me tell you about my experience. I've told you about it before, but for the update of this video, let me tell you, the day I met God, I know, but I have to tell you this so that it says coming to listen. Oh, okay. But this is what happened. And there's a witness, okay? I was on the phone with Miss Faithful, and God was telling me all of these mysteries of the Bible. Me and her, this was a conversation between me and her. You get what I'm saying? Well, at that point, now remember I told y'all, God doesn't speak to me like it's not a voice in my head going, this is God. You get what I'm saying? It's not like that. It's more to the level of push, like a person giving birth. It's more to where you have to think it out and talk it out and feel it out. It's like a feeling that you have to interpret. There we go. It's a feeling that you have to interpret. But on this day, I heard something as close to an audible voice as I could tell you. And that's what made it different than how God speaks to me. You get what I'm saying? But this audible voice said, basically in so many words, it said, put your face on the ground God is about to enter the room. That's exactly what it said. Put your face on the ground. God is about to enter the room. At that point, I believe I was introduced to the Trinity. You know, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I feel like I was introduced to the Trinity. So God came in and like an energy that felt like God came into the room. And then another energy came into the room that felt like the Holy Spirit, but under the pretense of feminine, like not female. I don't know how to explain it, but subservient to the initial spirit. And knowing full of power, very stern, very strict, very strong, very the power. I can't even explain it any other way except for the power entered the room. And then after that, these two together, this is what happened. I don't care how you feel. Like, this is the truth. This is what happened. These two together presented me a baby now, or the spirit of a baby, okay? And I remember back then, that's what ran the fact that I had to tell y'all because I became, I know what the day of judgment is going to feel like. Picture sitting in front of complete innocence, totally guilty. Like, no, like complete innocence. Like, so this baby, when I tell y'all about this baby, when I say 2 days old, God showed me later, like 2 day old, meaning if this baby was the energy of innocence that never would grow up, that it would always be the seed of life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I believe it was Christ. But you get what I'm saying by understanding who this was. This was the seed of life. And at that moment, in this vision, that open vision that I'm having, I realized that we thought it was God's job to take care of us, like to protect us, take care of us, and look after us. In that moment, looking at this baby that was so little, I realized we have a job to protect this innocence that will never grow. Like, this baby won't ever get a chance to grow up and change. No, it has to stay innocent and sweet. And I realized it wasn't like the love and the respect and the duty between us and God is reciprocal, meaning we have a responsibility. And that responsibility is to protect the baby, is to protect innocence at all costs. Because here we go, if that baby changes to anything other than the sweet innocence that it is, all of life changes to wickedness and evilness. You get what I'm trying to say? So we have a responsibility as human beings to protect the baby, okay? To protect innocence. Now, back when God first showed this to me, I believed, as you all know, once again, I told the future again, and God showed this in a futuristic manner. I thought when God showed me that, I thought it was because he wanted me to press charges on my husband, my ex-husband, when I found out that he was a pedo. I thought that was God giving me a vision when this happened. So this happened. Then shortly after that, I found out my husband. Now, and honestly, I want to say he had dissociative identity disorder. I possibly believe he was sold as a child. But they say he was kidnapped as a child. I know I've seen different altars with him. I've seen it for myself. So I really knew at that point, long story short, I knew at that point, because of that vision, I had to press charges on this man because you got to protect the baby. Now, we're 4 years into the future, and I now know more than I've ever known about what's really going on in the world and how... I got to write this part down. I don't want them to flag my video. How... No, I'm still writing, y'all. Sorry. I don't know if I spelled that right, but We got to get code words again. We were the first channel to get code words. We just wasn't as big as everybody else. Y'all see that? I hope y'all can see that. Let me just hold it. Let me get as still as possible for a second. God showed me this back when I did go back when I was doing those paintings. He had me draw. Now, mind you, once again, there's a witness. Faithful saw the progression of those pictures I drew. I made people walk on them. God told me to put them down on the ground and tell people, like, so they stay, like, if you visited me, it looked like my house was a mess because I left these pieces of cardboard paper on the ground so that you could step on them. Well, a shipping container boat, like one of those freight boats, was kind of imprinted where I was able to see it, and I made it more defined, okay? But on the front of it was a piece of pizza. Like, go back and look at that video. It's probably about 2 years ago, you know, I don't know. Like, go back just to see when I was painting. You go look for when I was painting. You'll know what I'm talking about. So it was a shipping container, and God made me put the, I just don't know how many words are taboo, so I'm going to try. No, I'm going to say this word because I think there's enough between what I was saying. Guam. He had me put that flag on top of the pizza shipping container boat. He had me make a picture of a tie that was, go look at that video too, because I just now figured out what that picture about the tie was about, because they are children. Our children are the new slave drive. And we sit idly by and watch this stuff as entertainment. We cannot continue to watch it as entertainment. We have to enact a code, enact something from the fact that we're getting all of this information firsthand, that they really are doing this. Orlando Brown saying it, Allie Carter is saying it, a lot of the people that have been in the music industry is talking about how these people have been kidnapped, then put into that industry to hide them out and give them glitz and glamour while continuously sexually abusing them. It's the truth. God told me this type of abuse stunts growth. That's why they all short. God literally said they fall short. That's why. Because they too have been sex trafficked. Jada, how tall is she? Okay, let's keep going. Tom Cruise, how tall is they? And they was all part of that same Scientology or whatever. No, this has been going on under our noses for a long time. And it's time for us to do something about it. I asked God, what should we do? So at the end, I'm gonna show y'all through Bible what we have to do in order to stop this, in order to to at least dig in for the next generation. That's the thing about it. It's all generational. You know what I mean? So what we give, we're adults. I know they made us feel like we're forever children, but we're adults. So whatever we give to the next generation, use it to be an offering unto God. Right? So and these principles, our fights is not against flesh and blood. It's against principles in high places that rule this world. Right? So the only way we're going to be able to beat this thing is imparting unto the next generation. Okay? So God told me to read y'all. Hold on, let me see what anybody said before I start reading. I want to hear more about the demonic. Oh, we going there. Number 4, we going there. We about to go there right now too. He told me to judgment by the righteous. I remember this. I cried when you told me about the baby. Yes. Okay. So yes, Romans chapter 1. That's where we're going. We got a couple Bible verses that we got to get through, but no, now you're going to see that God said this stuff flat out. They just kept it from us. They made sure, they made it uncool where we wouldn't go understanding and reading and trying to see what was really going on. But this stuff is right here, flat out, word for word, like he didn't miss a beat. Okay. Chapter 1, starting at verse 16. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, also to the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Now, listen to this. I want y'all to know the way we combat this is creating a code of righteousness. Like, no, doing what's right at all times is the way we begin. Like, no, I really need y'all to hear me. Because y'all know y'all got family members. I've never done this because God showed me this a long time ago. But, you got family members that let the kids drink as long as they're drinking at home. Let them drink alcohol as long as they're at home and not out in the street drinking alcohol. No, that is wrong. You get what I'm saying? That ain't right. That ain't the way. Like, if we keep a code, we say, no, you can't be around those things. No, though, in the last days, be sober, right? Teaching them the truth. The word alcohol was originally called spirits. Why would you want to allow someone to impart their spirits upon you? You get what I'm saying? We're not doing no real teaching about these real things that create reprobative mind, and then justify by saying, oh, he could drink as long as they drinking in the house. I'd rather than be at home as long, when they drinking. They're 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18 years old. Right. I agree. Kisses. All right, let's keep going. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them. For God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Because when they knew God, they glorified him not. So when Christ was here, they glorified him not. They crucified him. One of the most worst ways that you could be sacrificed. But I'm about to say something that's going to burrow into y'all heart. But the God said it to me, so I'm going to say it to y'all. He said, after I found out what was happening to these children, he literally said these children are suffering a worse crucifixion than Christ. These children, did you hear what I just said? These children that are being trafficked are suffering a worse crucifixion than Christ. No, they're dying in unspeakable and unimaginable ways while we watch for comets and wars and rumors of wars and earthquakes and famines. When the only responsibility we had, I just told y'all in the beginning, is to protect the innocents, protect the children, protect them. And currently there are 8 million children missing worldwide. No. Or is that in America? Please excuse me. No, that's worldwide. Now picture that child sitting somewhere, praying somebody will rescue them. I just told you they're missing, and who has them, and they're who is going to go save that child? I mean, there's a small task force afoot, but if we don't get out this word, nobody's going, because we see it as entertainment. This word is just, you know, fear porn. But no, the truth is there are a lot of children like it's unspeakable, unimaginable. Let me get back to reading. Please excuse me. I'm just it boils my blood, because I don't know how to get us to activate on this subject. So that's why it boils my blood. Okay. Verse 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations. Like maybe if we find out this person is God, we would cut off a chunk of him and try to drink his blood, adrenochrome. That's what, no, they said vain imaginations. See, we're learning about these things, but we don't apply them and think that they're really out here trying to drink people blood and eat their flesh so that that part of that person can impart onto them. It's the truth. So they did give themselves over to vain imaginations, just like these Molochians, Jada, all them. They've given themselves over to vain imaginations. And their foolish hearts were darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men, and to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness. This is what God was talking about when he said leaving people over to a reprobate mind. Okay, this is what he's talking about right there. So let's read that again. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Let me keep going. Y'all heard that? That is literally current day. Like, no, don't slut shame, right? We got to let people explore their bodies and have as many sexual partners as possible. And let's get the women. Like, my son is only 20 years old, and he says the women sound worse than men in their pursuit of sexual endeavor. So we see these things, we hearing it, but no, apply it to your daily life. Look around. How many virgins you know? How many women little girls, how many of them trying to keep themselves at this point for the smut, the use of the medium of entertainment to make us feel like this stuff is okay. And the truth is, if we don't go back on that and change that code, I feel sorry for any possibility of a survivor of what's coming. I get why God told Moses, write this down on tablets, tell it to your children over and over and over again, make it a song, do what it takes to let the future generations know that this is what's afoot. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Let's keep going. I'm going to read 24 again. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of God into a lie, and worshiped and served the creator the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use. Even their women changed the natural use. That's exactly what happened now. That's now. Okay? The natural use unto that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the women, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was met. Ooh. And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that because y'all just remind me to come back to. I pray we make it back to this reprobate mind, because after I read Kim Porter's book, God had me go read about ritual, like because they said in the book that he wanted all these elites to gang bang his wife, who was 9 months pregnant, in order to try to steal the soul of the baby. And I went, hold on, is this a normal practice or are they talking off the cuff? So anyways, I went and found this research paper where it talks about that very thing. Okay, about how the satanic demonic evangelism happens in these Wiccan bloodline, serpent circles, Molochian circles, right? It happens at birth. All the like how the other evangelism is to get you to profess God. The other one is to get you to denounce him. You get what I'm saying? To call something else God, right? And that's through that process, that's how they're calling up spirits. I won't even say demons, but I will say spirits. They're calling up spirits which are creating DID, which is legion, right? It's creating that. Now I know people, because of politically correctness, you can't say that, but no, it really is. These are spirits that had to be mustered up with inside someone to deal with a certain situation. This is not like they view them as separate entities from themselves. So let's call it what it really is: spirits, spirit cooking, spirit conjuring. Come on now, is it starting to click? You wondering why they spirit cooking? Yeah, they're literally doing what it takes to create DID in people, right? That's what spirit cooking is. It's bringing forth spirits. That's what they said in Kim Porter's book. So anyways, anyone that is at this place of reprobate, so since I might as well, I went on through it. So anyone that is at that place of reprobate, the only way to come back from reprobate is God, a code of God, having a code of godliness. No, you are not old enough to drink, you will not be drinking. No, are not old enough to cuss, you will not be cussing. No, you are not old enough to make choices for yourself about that type of clothing and sensuality. You will not be doing those things. And on top of that, I'm going to teach you why you will not be doing those things. See, a lot of times, like God showed me a long time ago, the 10 Commandments, people, because of their saving face and ego nature, they get mad at the word commandment. But the truth is, a commandment really is the thing that's stopping you from being taken by other gods. Don't commit adultery. There's every time someone has sex, there's a God in the room. And it may not be your God, right? That's why you get soul ties and things. Come on, we hear these things, but we don't apply them to our daily life and circle for how we're training and teaching up this next generation. You get what I'm saying? So I believe if the younger generation knew that sex is a creation ritual, and when you have sex, you being the woman are a portal to earth, literally, and the man is supposed to be the catcher and God is the thrower. So if you knew you was having sex with gods every time you have sex, because there's always a God in the room, just the question is it your God? You get what I'm saying? Is it in the holy why would God call it matrimony and marriage? You get what I'm saying? That's why he called it that. Because he's a part of it. If unless you're unevenly yoked, then he's not a part of it, and you got a different God in the room, and either you're gonna sway him away from his God, or he's gonna sway you away from yours. One of them things gonna happen. Oh, I just went off. But I felt God working through me to say these are the things that really do need to be said and applied and taught to our next generation. And codes, like when you see a man who sees a girl, let's say there's like just a booty, because that's all men ever really, think about, or the way they've culturalized or they've cultured men to think, because that's not really how men have to be. I've seen so many warriors that are against what's going on to our children and our women and all that kind of stuff too. They don't think like that. So let's be honest. They've given a culture of men to see a girl walking down the street, and they don't care her age. They're gonna yell at a booty. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna say, "Ooh, look at that little hot thing." But she 14. She 14. You get what I'm saying? But we act like that type of behavior is okay. And the men do. That's what I'm trying to say. If the men don't take on a code of protecting innocence, this is also where we get to. This was a joint effort between man and woman. You get what I'm saying? Woman for indulging it, and men for perpetuating it. Oh, I went off. Hallelujah. I feel you, Father. Hold on, y'all. So what I'm trying to say, having a code of righteousness is the only way to, one, not become reprobate, okay? It's having a code of how you live your life, like not being persuaded by cultures, right? And literally saying right is right, wrong is wrong, and I stand for what's right. That is the only way. Because that's what, like, when your friend tells you, like, when you're around someone and they say something like, look at that little young sweet thing, and you looking at her and you could tell she's only 14, 15, like literally having the motsy to tell him, you talking about that child? Nah, I don't mess with children. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's gonna take, is to stop normalizing reprobate behaviors. Your friend is you see her letting the kids drink at home. No, you don't normalize, like, you can't say that's okay, because now when someone else lets them drink in their home, she thinks it's okay to drink in that person's home because they're at home. But that person, there is the legion is real. So y'all looking at the elite, y'all think I'm talking about the elite only? No. There is a entity called legion, which is a army of spirits that are coming against innocence. I hope y'all hear me. There's an army called legion coming against innocence. That means, how you think it's okay? Like, you like, oh, my cousin want to babysit my daughter. My daughter, she 5, and I trust my cousin with my life. That's my favorite cousin. Oh, I know I trust her with my life. And which is good, right? You trust her with your life. You should. You could trust her. She's a good person, right? But this legion army already was getting prepared from the moment y'all hatched the plan for your daughter to go visit your cousin, right? For her boyfriend to bring over his son that day, and his son has been sexually abused and has been an evangelist to bring people to the other side. So now your daughter is spending the night, or better yet, with someone else's daughter, right? And now, but that child was specifically put there for a time such as this by the army of legion. I hope y'all hear me. I know it's entertainment, This is entertainment, huh? No. No, that's how this entity is able to move. So the only thing that can stop this entity is a code of righteousness. Let me give y'all another example. I learned about this through a coworker. Remember, I work for foster care. I learned about what people do to lure children to do these spend a night parties. I didn't know. I was raised where, yeah, go spend a night at everybody's house, right? But I was working in foster care, and one of the workers, Ebony, she told, like, somebody asked for my daughter to spend a night over her house, and at first I'm like, okay. But then she told me about how evil lurks at night. Like, you may feel like this, you've had enough contact with this woman and her child, but what about her brother-in-law that is there that you don't know about? You get what I'm saying? That these evil entities wait until the middle of the night to come after our kids. You get what I'm saying? And I know. So anyways, long story short, Ebony, later on, we all, like, me and Ebony ended up living on the same street. Like, we became like super, super close. This was my best friend at the time, right? Well, she wanted my daughter to spend the night, right? Now, let me tell you, the kids don't spend a night in rooms by themselves. You get what I'm saying? So now, but you have to get to know somebody enough to know that that's how they hold the integrity of your child. No kid. So they all, on spend a night day, they all camp out in the living room, including Ebony, and they play games and that kind of thing. Right? But you get what I'm trying to say. So Ebony is the type of person that would hold the integrity of your child. You get what I'm saying? Because she knows that evil's afoot. No, she's a Christian, serious Christian, and knows that evil's afoot. Like, she is literally acting as a gatekeeper when it comes to the adversary. Adversary can't get to the kids unless she move out the way, and she ain't moving out the way. And I'm being honest, this is that moment where we have to teach nonstop to these children, impart nonstop to these children. Make sure you know who is in allegiant or aligned with your kids, because it might be legion. You get what I'm saying? So it ain't I'm trying to say that to say, when it comes to sexual ritual abuse, that's the one type of abuse that does not obey the typical generational curse things, like, oh, poverty. Nah, it's all pay scales. Like, when you look up at the statistics about sexual abuse, it's all everybody that get paid all kinds of money is, is prevalent within those society. Black or white, nope, all sides, it's the same. You get what I'm saying? So that is the child services or domestic statistic that shows that this is Molech. This is Molech. This is anybody can be touched by this spirit that is moving through our communities. And the only way to stop it, I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to really hear what I'm saying. The only way to stop it is through righteousness. Doing what's right, following these commandments, the 10 commandments, moving like Jesus moved, standing like Paul stood. That's the only way. Is the Bible says it. Hold on, wait, where does it say it? I don't know if it's Isaiah 59. It might be Isaiah 59, but it says, when the enemy comes against you, what do you do? Come on now, Christians. When the enemy comes against you, what do? You raise up a standard, enact a code. When I say code, that means like a code of honor. You raise up the standard, and that is the way that you stop the enemy. The Bible says it. When the enemy comes against you, you raise up a standard. We're going to read that verse. I'm getting there. But God is flowing some things through me right now. But I have a lot to read, so stay with me. It's coming. Oh, I hear you, Father. Matter of fact, let's go on to reading it. No, whoa. Nope. Let's stay with the notes, because this is important. All right. So we read Romans 1, 16. Now, who is this? Like, no, there, this entity named Molech. I'm not going to keep saying that word, but that's the one. Okay, that is the entity. That is America's God, Memon. That is him. Memon, Ammon, Ammon, America. Like, if Bible readers know what I'm saying right now, Ammonites, Ammon, America, Canaanite God, Molech, that's him. That's who they've been serving. So one of the things God has been showing me is that don't you know that daily sacrifice? Like, everybody thinks that it has something to do with, sacrificing animals. No, no, no. The daily sacrifice was real. It was real. And it was this abortion. They were doing that unto Molech for a while. How do I know it was abortion? Go read the verse. It literally says sacrifice by reason of transgression. That's an abortion. That abomination. That's what that is. Okay, so I'm telling y'all the truth. This is real. So that's what this God, this Canaanite God, he made people sacrifice something. But if you sacrifice your child, the dearest thing to you, right, he would impart amazing amounts of wealth onto you if you did that. Okay, so that's why they were uh, uh, throwing virgins into volcanoes. That's why they were doing a lot of the stuff that they were doing. High places, anything regarding a high place is from the god Molech. Okay, all of that, all of that. So I'm about to read to you Jeremiah 19. This one about to blow y'all mind. The coincidences that, like, too many coincidences are the truth. Remember I said that. Too many coincidences are the truth. Hold on. So we're going to Jeremiah. Where's Jeremiah? There we go. Jeremiah chapter 19. Y'all ready? Oh, this about to get real. And this about to get real. Because God's word does not go null and void. Be careful what you say. Be careful, because it's real. I smell something. I'm sorry. I'm sitting outside, and all of a sudden, I smell frankincense and myrrh. I smell frankincense and myrrh candles. I smell something. Okay. All right. So Jeremiah 19. Stay with me. Thus saith the Lord, go and get a potter's earthen bottle, and take of the ancient of the people and of the ancient of the priests, and go forth unto the valley of the son of Hinnom, which is by the entry of the east gate, and proclaim there the words that I shall tell thee, and say, ye hear the word of the Lord, O kings of Judah, inhabitants of Jerusalem. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will bring evil upon this place, the which whosoever heareth his ears shall tingle, because they have forsaken me, and have estranged this place, and have burned incense into it unto other gods, whom neither they nor their father have known, nor the kings of Judah, and have filled this place with the blood of innocence. What was all this about? Let's back to the beginning. God literally said it. Because they shed the blood of innocence. I just want to say God's word is holy and true. Potter's house, TD. Did he say what he was going? He knew. I feel like he knew TD before TD was TD, because he literally said what he was going to do to them. Like, y'all heard that, right? That's telling the future. Like, whoa. So the whole church is just now, name tarnished and everything, because this man who they said has been messing with little boys. That's what they said. You get what I'm saying? They said this man has been messing with little boys. I'm reading y'all the chapter, Jeremiah 19, that is literally expressing the fact that they are serving a different God. That they are not serving the God you serve. All right, so let's keep going because it ain't over yet. I just wanted to pause there for a minute and say, how prophetic is that, Potter's house? That's all I gotta say about that. Okay. They have built also the high places of Baal, to burn their sons with fire for burnt offering unto Baal, which I commanded not, nor spake it, neither came it unto my mind. So these people that are sacrificing, hold on. Oh, I hear you, Father. I just heard him say the mother that didn't tell, like the mother that where you went to them as a child and said, you know, my so and so is molesting me, and the mother that said, no, be quiet, no, that's not happening, you lying, no, don't say that, that's not true. How you gonna say something bad about him? She sacrificed her child unto Baal. Y'all heard me. I said it. So it ain't just burning them in the fire. Because remember, we went and read a book, like a research study on how these satanic rituals go. And their goal is to get you to denounce the glory of God and his goodness. So if your child is saying someone's hurting me, and then you say, no. You literally gave them fuel to the fire to denounce God. I'm telling the truth. That is another, or better yet, like I use my own situation. We was making mad money. Like when I found out that my husband was doing what he was doing, man, we was making mad money. That's why when people say, oh, why would you do this? You know, you're lying. Who would be like, all of a sudden, like throw away all that money, all that comfortable living we had for a lie to try to look cool or to, nah. You get what I'm trying to say? So there's some people that would be like, you know, he paid the bills. We make a lot. We can't. There's a lot of money going on here. This is you messing with my comfort level of life. Or he's super sweet to me because of the way I let him do these things to you. That is sacrificing your child unto Molech. That's exactly what it is. It's sacrificing their mind. Because remember, I told y'all the satanic thing, they do their evangelism in process. It ain't like how ours is just say it once and you believe, you know, kind of thing. Theirs is like, let's get them that way. Let's get them that way. Let's get them that way. Come home to me. And now, you know, now they're Satanists. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, that type of sneaky, don't say nothing, we can't say anything, you know, that thought process is what is a part of the sacrificing unto Molech, okay? And the reason why I'm stopping here too is God himself did not hold it back from us. He flat out said, I ain't tell you to do that. That never even crossed my mind. That's literally what God said. So since you decided to do that, this is what's about to come upon you. That's what he said. Let's read it. Let's read it. Therefore, behold, the days come, say the Lord, that this place shall no more be called Topheth, nor the valley of the son of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. And I will make void the counsel of Judah and Jerusalem in this place. And I will call, that's what's happening. I keep telling everybody, but they not listening, so he do make it void. Okay, I will cause them to fall by the sword before their enemies, and by the hands of them that seek their lives, and their carcasses will I give to be meat for the fowl of the heaven and for the beast of the earth. And I will make this city desolate and hissing. Every one that passeth thereby shall be astonished and hiss because of all of the plagues thereof. And I will call, now this is the part y'all need to listen to. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, And they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness, wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives shall straighten them. Y'all need to hear that. Y'all really need to hear that. All right, let me just tell y'all flat out what he said. I don't care if anybody don't like me. You know, I really don't care. You can call me whatever you want to call me, but I'm about to tell you the truth. God told me the rapture. That's what started all of this, where I was praying about a rapture. I was praying about just the end to all of this, and knowing, you know, like when it happened, how we're going to feel, all that kind of stuff. And God always said it. I've said it here several times, but this is also a part of the applying it to real life. Now, being in the future, now I get it differently. You get what I'm saying? In Revelations, I don't know exactly where, but God says there that the rapture would be for virgins. For virgins. I want y'all to hear what I just said. How many virgins do you know? So don't say the kids. The rapture ain't going to be for the kids. The rapture is going to be for the virgins. And at that point, I went, wow. So what you're really saying is like the majority of the world is going to have to deal with this coming torturous time on earth. And then he said to me, Revelations chapter 16, verse 6. He said to me, Revelations chapter 16, verse 6. Let me hurry up and go there. I could just say the verse. This is bowl wrath judgments. So I'm a start at 5. And I heard the angel of the water say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. When God showed me that, he literally told me, for every child that we didn't save, that's why there will be no rapture. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, because I always went back and forth. I said 3/4 of the way, you know, that kind of thing. But what at this point he gave me Bible verse and he said, aren't I a just God? And he was saying, y'all sitting idly by when there's 8 million children missing, that the American is more than likely in charge of shipping children. Oh, this is what God told me to tell y'all. This is what he told me to tell y'all. Remember, I don't know if you were a long-term listener, it was, I want to say 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, God told me for us to hide the blood of the children, like a menstruating young girl, to hide that blood, because when this big disaster, this is what God said, because there's the God's about to part the ocean. Okay, when this disaster comes, they're going to steal your daughters so that they can keep them for milk, like heifers. And then now being in the future, God said that 2 years ago, being in the future, knowing what I know now, they've already been doing it. No, it's already afoot. They've already gathered the children, got them hidden, and literally keeping them pregnant, producing milk, because they know that the tree's about to die, the crop's about to fail. That's all in Isaiah 26. Isaiah, like, go look. All this stuff is about to fail. Leviticus 26, please excuse me. They know the crops are about to stop producing and all that. So them taking our children into slavery isn't, it was the precursor to the food or heifer that they would turn that women and children into. You get what I'm saying? Okay, somebody showed me this. Rose sent me a video about a man who fighting the fight against child, slavery and stuff like that. He's fighting this fight, right? Oh, hold on, I'm losing my train of thought. Like it's something trying to snatch it. Hold on. What about that man? Or was it about the video? Yes, it was about the video. Okay. This man said that children are being bought and sold and now mind you, this is a person who goes in and gets the kids. You get what I'm saying? This is a on the ground, hugged a kid that has been sexually, ritually abused. So this is that guy. Okay. So he was talking about how they would rape a child 20 times a day, 20, 40, 50, as much as they could per day. And to the point that they killed the child in the process. Did you hear what I'm saying? This is what these people are doing. And to the point where when the child died, they then harvest their organs after they die. Now, this is a person on the ground seeing this with their own eyes, like task force, the whole nine, to go in and get children. That's when God told me that that these children are suffering a worse death than Christ. And that's why there would be no rapture. If you're not a virgin, there's nowhere for you to go. This is something for us all to stand and have to see, have to acknowledge our part within, our inability to protect the child, to protect innocence, to protect that part of God. Aren't we all extension of God? Well, the part of God that is innocent is under attack. And we were supposed to protect it. We were supposed to be the ground floor. And I'm telling y'all, at that point, you go, oh, this problem's too big. How can we do anything about it? Raising up a standard. Having a code of honor for how you deal with children and how you deal with other people that don't deal with children with a higher level of code. That's how. See something, say something. Knowing that, making it to the point where the evil people around you are trying to run from you as fast as possible because they know that if in happenstance they make a mistake and say something, that you're going to say something. You get what I'm saying? Like, a child is being abused, say something. Flat out. Even, it could be just even, because now mind you, DID and things like that are real. Demons, the legion has rose up. Possession is real. So it may be something you have to deal with in your own family and not in the court system. But if you do deal with it in your own family, you got to deal with it. That means the problem is the possessed person, not the child. You get what I'm saying? So that person has to, like a AA situation, recognize I'm possessed. This is wrong. I need help. If not, I'm telling you, other than that, you got to get these people far, 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 far away from you. Because that means that they have been given over to a reprobate mind. And okay. The God gave me a parable about that a while ago to understand what a reprobate mind is. God himself is teaching a class, right? And this kid gets up and say, well, I need to learn this stuff. I'm going out here to rap in the hallway. So he go in the hallway. That child is officially the reprobate mind, the image of a reprobate mind. That means that they have moved on as if the knowledge from God is not worth being obedient to. That's it. They went, I could do as thou wilt is a reprobate mind. Do as thou wilt is a reprobate mind. I hope y'all understand that. This so with that being said, in this culture, in America, because we know who their God is, right? If we continue to say, here we go, LGBT. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I have to. And I say this out of love. I'd rather that you get the opportunity to be with God than for me to go, oh, it's okay. No, no, that ain't my. First off, the way we were created ain't my rules. That's his rules. So we got to stand up and use his rules properly. There's a reason for it. God is smart like that. You get what I'm saying? So there's a reason why God said no men should be with men and no women should be with women. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. I know the reason. Let me tell you. It's spirit cooking. We just said it. We just said it a minute ago. It's when these types of traumas, sexual trauma, go look up MK Ultra and find out like in the science behind that kind of stuff. Sexual trauma is the fastest way to get somebody's identity to split. It's the merging of pain and pleasure. That's what they call it. No, that's what they call it. The Satanists. They literally believe in that. So they cook inside of you the mustering up of other spirits. That's something we can't go, oh, I don't see that. Oh, that's just a mental health problem. No, y'all, if we don't be honest about the protections, that's the word I want to say. If we're not going to utilize the protections in this galactic understanding, no, it ain't just us. Like, we really do live in a gigantic, galactic, multiverse type situation where there's other little g gods out there trying to get you. But all God's saying is hide in his shadow under the wing of the Almighty, because there's evil lurk all around. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to say this. Okay, so he said it in, so I don't have to re-say it. Thank you, Father. We just said it. We just said it, y'all. Romans chapter 1, as it said that they were given over to unnatural lusts because they were trapped up in their imaginations for vain power. So we know how it happened, and we know who did it. And that's another thing, y'all. How do I say this? We have to get to the point of recognizing that just as real as God is, evil's real too, and it lurks. It lurks. Now, I'm not telling you to be afraid. First off, if you knew God like I know God, remember that vision I told y'all about earlier? There was a moment in that vision where I literally, like sitting in front of innocence, purely guilty, literally makes you want to do some bird box type stuff. Real talk, it does something to you. The happening type stuff. You get what I'm saying? So I want y'all to know that movie Bird Box and Happening, that was the judgment of God. That was the judgment of God. So once you know God do that kind of stuff, like where he can make you turn on you, you get what I'm saying? You will turn on you. You get what I'm saying? When you're sitting in front of complete innocence, absolutely guilty. You get what I'm saying? So, oh, help me, Father. Help me get through this. So that's what judgment is like. And y'all need to understand, if you don't have a code, a standard, you won't have a leg to stand on. You will ask God to destroy you. You get what I'm saying? You won't have a leg to stand on if you don't have a code. That's what the repent is about. It's turning over a new leaf. The things of your past, we know that was orchestrated. You know what I mean? We know that was a spell that they was putting over the world. We know that. But if you raise up a standard, the enemies come against you. The enemies come against you. Raise up a standard, which is a code of righteousness. That's what it says. Raise up a standard and a code of righteousness, and God will hide you in his shadow. But without it, they lay bare. They're going to be made a desolate. They're going to be made a desolate. So when I thought about doing this video, I thought, man, this problem is too big. What could I even say to even be a drop in the bucket for such a huge problem? And that's when God told me we have to honor the codes, marriage, virginity. We have to honor the codes. Let me tell y'all something else he told me. He said that the age of consent, the age of virginity, like the age where you could decide to give away your virginity or not, age of consent, okay? He said it has went down over the years. Like, you know, like our great grandmother was a virgin until she got married. You get what I'm saying? But now, you know, people, I lost my virginity at 12. Let's be honest. That's the truth. But I was peer pressured. It wasn't even like, you get what I'm saying? I was peer pressured. This was my peers. This is what was going on. This was the generation of 16 and pregnant, but there weren't only 16-year-olds watching that video, that show. There was 13 and 12-year-olds. You get what I'm saying? Watching that show. So anyways, God said the age of consent has went down, but the age of consent creates like how do I put this? How do I say this? The lower the age of consent is, no, I'm not talking about the legal one. I'm talking about just the cultural one. Like, no, how many virgins do you know? Like, no, for real. And how old are they? How old are the virgins that you know? And how many? You get what I'm saying? So he said, now these men, this is what God said. I'm telling y'all the truth. Now these men that are still interacting within the culture, part of the mating ritual is to deflower. Part of so there's something innate inside of a man that wants to deflower a woman. That's the chemical processes of evolution, you know, not evolution, of being fruitful. There we go. That's the processes of being fruitful. Okay. So with that being said, the lower we let that like, it's almost like virginity is a sea level of sorts. The lower we let that go, the more pedos are created. Like, if we raise that up, we would have less pedos in the world, is what God told me. If we raise the cultural understanding of when it's proper to lose your virginity, if we raise that standard, we would have less pedophiles in the world. Like, that pedophile and the sea level of virginity is a driving factor as to people's pedophilic desires. That's what God told me. That's what God himself told me. So we got to go do some research on that and see if that's what they, you know, do pedophiles say that, you know, virginity had something to do with why they went after them? I'm telling you, if you have a virgin in your life, protect her with your life. That I'm telling you, if you got a virgin in your life, protect her with your life, because there's a secret army called Legion that's moving amongst people. Like, you ain't got to be in the entertainment industry. This could be your cousin's boyfriend's nephew who came to visit at a barbecue that got your baby in the bathroom. That's the way this Legion is moving amongst our people. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all the truth, to where you think everything on the up and up. But no, this Legion is moving like an entity through looking for virgins, looking to defile, looking to corrupt innocence. That's their goal. So if we have, only way to stop that is to raise up a standard. I hope so. That's the reason to do the video. Because it's like, yeah, I'm one person. I can't. Which another thing, when I worked for foster care, one of the big statistics in foster care was that Southern American people's children didn't go into foster care. For some reason, there was this phenomenon where they were off the scales of not having children in foster care. Now it makes sense because guess what? No, when you go look at the age of consent, they down there at 12, the legal age of consent down in certain parts of South America, you know, lower Mexico and down. A lot of those people and places have no age of consent, or 12 being the youngest. A lot of those places. Come on now, y'all. Come on, come on. So that means that makes sense. Like the girl Allie Carter, she said that she was in a Mexican, that's what she said. She was in a Mexican foster home when CDFC or whatever that, you know, DCFS or whatever that was down wherever she was helping in the pimping out of her. And I worked for foster care. I know there's a lot of nefarious laws, and I've seen it with my own eyes. A lot, like the evil is so prevalent in the social work set. It really is. And I'm not even saying conscious evil. I saw a lot of, like I said, that legion coming up where literally they're saying this child needs to be adopted by these people because they can't be with those people, with their actual people. And their actual people is fighting and begging to have their children, but they've already decided in their mind that they're taking that child from their real family and giving it to a different family that they see fit, that usually ain't the same color or anything like that family. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying color matters. I'm saying the fact that that I've seen the unjustness of taking certain little boys and giving them to other people while these people are begging and praying and doing everything they can to get their kid back, but they've already decided that the kid got to go this way. You get what I'm saying? So I've seen nefarious things in foster care, working for foster care my doggone self, right? So, oh, let me calm down. Please let me know if y'all, this coming across. Y'all hear what I'm trying to say? The only reason to do this video, because it's that big. It's that big. This is countries selling children. It's that big. The only thing we can do is raise the standard. That's the only thing we can do, is guard our children and teach. Now, thank you, Father. The age that they're coming after seems to be 12, 10, 11, 12 and up, but more like 13, because then they ain't got to come after them. They set traps for the 13 and 14-year-olds. You get what I'm saying? Like party with stars, being able to drink. Mama won't let me drink, so being able to drink, making money, prostituting, but they ain't calling it prostituting. You just got a boyfriend that's a lot older than you that you got to do whatever he say when you with him because of the fact that he gives you, $200-300 or get your hair done, your nails done. This type of stuff is happening everywhere, and apply it to your own life right now. I want you to look around and apply it to your own life. How many times have you in your own life, not on TV, heard stories of how or saw the guy with this girl that looked like she way too young to be with him, or the stories of look, in Cleveland, the police was kidnapping foster kids and raping them. That's the truth. No, I'm talking about, no, that wasn't on the news. No, we just know about it. I saw it. You get what I'm saying? These are the stories that don't make the headlines because they done scrubbed it and said, no, nobody can tell that this type of stuff is going on. So no, that kid was just lying. You get what I'm trying to say? So no, I'm telling you right now, that kind of stuff is going on. And we keep closing our eyes to it. So unless we train, especially that age that would be lured into a party, lured into negative living, the dogs, everybody tripping. Well, I said it and I meant it. These kids that would be lured into fast life parties, or told, here we go, this is a real thing. I was a part of a task force when I was on when I was working for foster care. I went to a few task force meetings about human trafficking, and there's a triangle between Cleveland, I think it was Detroit and New York. But by the time they get the kid to New York, that's JFK, where they ship them out to other countries. But the way they lure them there is promises of fame and fortune and family and love. They lure them to, like, they'll say, hey, yeah, come down here, you so beautiful, we want you to be a model. All right, well, you got to come to New York with us. Like, well, first we're gonna stop off in Detroit, but then you got to come to New York with us. I'm gonna look out, or better yet, when you finally get the courage to run away from your foster home, meet me in New York. I'll give you my address, my information. I'll make sure I'll put you on. I'll put you on. That's what's happening to the foster children. That's what's happening. And then they're never seen again. They're never seen again. And they literally ran away from their foster home because the foster home already had a whole bunch of corrupt laws in it. You get what I'm saying? Stuff that made life just horribly difficult, nefarious laws in it. You get what I'm saying? Or draconian laws, I think it would be the proper way to say it. So now they done ran away not knowing they were running to a shipping container. So unless we teach about these things, raise up this code, teach about these things, tell, show, and not just tell, show the kids, pull up the videos. So why won't we believe this person? Evil is real. Listen to that. Get it on their level. Do whatever it takes to teach the next generation the truth, that there's an entity after them. Tell the virgin there's an entity after you. And I got to be a good quarterback for God. I got to be a good linebacker. You be a good quarterback, and I'll be a good linebacker, and I'll make sure that evil don't get you, because it's real. And guess what? Nowadays, kids see the evil. I'm talking about these teenagers. They see the evil's going on. They're waiting on us to talk to them about it. I ask my kids. I talk to their friends. I'll talk to these kids about the real truth all the time, and they love it. They love me for it. No, they don't be creeped out, try to run away. They be like, they're curious. They're anxious to know, because nobody's willing to talk about these things. They see the evil. They saw the weird person come around right at that. They're seeing it. They're seeing the demonically possessed friends. They're seeing the demonically possessed parents or the creeper in the middle of the night. They see more evil than you give them credit for. So to say that we can't tell them what's going on, they already know what's going on. They waiting on you to say something. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Now, mind you, you may have to pick your words and make sure that you say this on their level, and to them, give them parables of what has happened, what could happen, pray about it, read the Bible to them. Whatever you got to do, that's the only thing that can combat what's going on. There's a real slavery. No, y'all need to hear me. This ain't no joke, y'all. This ain't no situation where you can sit around and be like, oh, this was good entertainment. No, there's a real slavery. If you black, I need you to think about this. Like, no, haven't you thought about how you know what slavery was? You watch Roots, So you thought about, wouldn't you run, or what would you do? No. There's a satanic, so that the black slavery, they ain't nothing. There's a satanic, underground, hidden, nobody can stop them and make them free you, slavery going on. No, because see, the black slavery, that was on plantations. Everybody saw it. Antebellum, maybe, but it's children, not black people no more. Okay, yeah, no. So everybody saw it. They were on plantations. Everybody saw it. No, this is underground. How in the world are we supposed, like, y'all read Kim Porter book? Go listen to it. They reading it live on YouTube now. So they're all evil. They're satanic. They're Satan worshipers, and so that shows you it's not about color. It's not about race. It's no. It's just now the Satan worshipers have evangelized, Judah, or certain black people. He's got to that point. It's been going on for years. At first, we were the ones that would never do such a thing. Now we look like we're the ones that only do such a thing. So I'm telling you right now, that proves sexual ritual abuse. Like, if you look it up, there is no race, no color, no creed to it. What it is an evil entity called Legion that has been negatively evangelizing to give souls over to Satan. And we have been turning a blind eye and then not holding the truth and the knowledge of the truth, not holding the righteousness of God, not being good keepers of the portal. Oh yeah, they can literally conjure up spirits through this portal. No, you know it's true. You know it's true. No, no, you watch all the movies. You saw the movie Taken. You saw Hostel. You saw all that. You know it's true. You know you saw what's the movie with Denzel Washington where the demons moving from person to person. We make jokes about it. Halloween's coming up. You know this stuff is true. But we keep sticking our face out like punch me again. Yeah, it's true. Boom. Boom. Yeah, it's true. Until it happened to you, that's when you actually make a move, you get what I'm saying? So we as a people have to raise this standard. And it's going to be on a each one, teach one by giving these standards to our children. Let me tell you how I tell my daughter to keep herself, okay? This is how I tell her to keep herself. Okay, picture, the movie, this is what I tell my child. I'm giving you the ability to tell your child this, okay? But you know that movie, Seat, I think it's like the Seat Holder or something like that. This couple, this woman and this man was being paid to hold seats for the Oscars and stuff like that. So there's a profession where people could hold seats so that the performance doesn't look like nobody was there. They'll pay them to sit in the chair so that way the place looks full, okay? So I was telling my daughter, let's say you get a boyfriend and it's hot and heavy and you're thinking you want to give your virginity to him, okay? Now, you give your virginity to him, but I want you to think about how long the majority of your friends stay in their relationships. And then your daughter's going to be like, about 2 years, 3 years, so-and-so was together for 5 years, right? And then they broke up, that kind of thing, right? Or show them in your life, like, can you look around, like how many, so-and-so was married, they got divorced, you know what I mean? Like look around and show them the fact that people really do stay in a relationship. Like let's say it's a serious relationship, we'll say 7 years if it's a serious relationship and then something happens, okay? Now, if you're 16, right? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. By 23, you've had 2 sexual partners, right? Because y'all broke up and you got you a new boyfriend, right? So, because you're beautiful. So you was with him from, 15, 16 years old. Y'all stay together until college, 21, 22, 23, something like that, okay? And then y'all break up and you get another boyfriend, right? Now you really want, like y'all hot and heavy. It's been 5 years y'all been together. Like 5 years. This seemed like a committed relationship. It was 5 years. Like I'm in love with him, right? So now you're, we're going to say 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Now you're 28. Now you got 3 partners. 3 different sexual partners. And these were all if you did serious relationships. Right, this ain't about when you went to the party and you give them, because there's other girls that went to the party and they got with him, and they just wanted somebody to love them, so they got with that one, you get what I'm saying? So they up to like 30 by now. But we're gonna say you alone are up to 3 because you kept serious relationships. Now we're up to what? How old was we say she was? So we'll say now she's 30 years old, right? She get in another relationship, right? Now she's a little older, so now let's say that this relationship, they last about a year, 2 years. We're gonna say 2 years just to be liberal about it, right? So here we go. They last 2 years, okay? So now she's 32. She's up to 4. I think it was 4 or 5. I don't know. 4 sexual partners. Now let's keep going. And now let's say all your relationships only last 1 year long. Ain't that everybody's goal? Like, we're going to make it to our year anniversary, right? Let's just say by luck, you picked the wrong guy who loves the fate. Or better yet, let's say by evil, because evil knows your bloodline and just really, knows what's going to come from you one day. So they got to really make sure they destroy you so that you never impart anything good on that baby. So so now I told you about happenstance, but now let's say evil's real. So they really, you somebody special. You got a bloodline that's special. So now every year, every 2 years, you getting a new dude. In a matter of 10 years, that's 5 new dudes. In a matter of 20 years, that is literally 10 new dudes. Now, let's back up. This is what I tell my daughter. Remember the seat filler conversation? That part of it? Think about your future real husband. Like, no, the one that you waited for, the one that waited for you, the one, like, let's say you did eventually find the one, right? I'm telling you right now, as a woman who has loved, I've loved, oh my goodness, I loved. I'll tell you this, as a woman who wanted to give the love of their life, the best part of them, there's no gift to give them to match what love really feels like outside of your virginity. It's the truth. It's the truth. Like, no, you know what I'm talking about, where you be like, man, he's so good to me. What could I do for you? I just want to do something special for you. But then you realize what you got between your legs ain't different than nobody else. So there ain't no power of the P. You get what I'm saying? There ain't no power. Nowadays, P come dime a dozen. You get what I'm saying? So nowadays, you can't say there's anything unique about you that he couldn't go get from somebody else. You can't. That's the truth. And I'm telling you, when you feel strong love, you want to give him the best gift. Like, you're literally on his birthday, you came in with 1,000 balloons, you made everybody come out, you got y'all popping crystal, and you feel like, oh, I'm the good girlfriend. You give it up, but you did all that because you needed something inside of you needed to give him a gift. Now, think about if in the future he finally met you. Now, mind you, you went through years, like you 20, 22 and still a virgin, and people looking at you like you crazy. Like, what? Now you 28 and still a virgin. People looking at you like, something wrong with her. What's going on? Now you 30 years old and still a virgin. I really want you to think about the men that you're coming in contact with now. They looking at you, it flips. They like, you a virgin? I gotta respect you. I gotta treat you like sweetness. Oh my goodness, how can I be good to you? Because you don't exist. You're an anomaly. I gotta protect you. Or if he got a reprobate mind, I gotta defile you. But here we go. When you find the one that waited unto marriage, all the way to marriage. He said, I'm waiting unto marriage, whatever marriage, like however long it take for marriage to happen. Think about that night, his pride in you for realizing you fought off a gauntlet of evil spirits trying to defile his most safe space. I want you to think about that. Like, no, I want you to really think about being able to, knowing how everybody wants some, everybody trying to get some. So you literally got to be a ninja with you got to be like, no, get away. You got to do all that, right? Think about the fight it takes to stay a virgin in this era. Think about the man that receives that woman. Think about him. He is literally at the city gates made better than everyone else. Like, literally, he go to work, dude having sex with like 7 different women, and he looked like he was the man, but now he go to work like, my wife only has ever had sex with me. Man, she powerful. Like, think about that. Think about the type of love, type of respect. Forget love. We're going to say the type of respect your husband will have for you for being the proper seat holder through going through the gauntlet of this hell. He'd be so proud of you. So make him proud. Make your future husband proud. Make your real husband. Make your husband. There we go. I don't even got to say future husband. Make your husband proud. You don't know him yet. You ain't met him yet. But you got to protect him by saying no to P-Bud or to Billy. You got to protect your husband from Billy. Is Billy your husband? We don't know. Not until he put a ring on it and y'all get married and he didn't touch you the whole night. We don't know if he's your husband yet. Real talk. But you got to protect your husband. I got to say it with that type of power because that's who he is. That's your husband. You got to protect your husband from Billy. Billy trying to get it. Andrew too. Craig. And they teaching their sons to go get it. That's why it's a double standard. Like, don't touch my daughter, but son, go out and touch somebody. It's the truth. So that's raising up a standard by imparting virginity back into our daughters. Like, I had this conversation with someone where they got mad at me because they felt like I should be teaching, you know how they say abstinence or condoms. Which one are you teaching? I'm teaching abstinence. I believe in abstinence over condoms. Real talk, because guess what? If you don't abstain, you don't get those demons of dis-ease. Dis-ease. You don't get those demons when you're abstinent. It's literally like the welfare system. You get what I'm saying? So like they created the welfare system so that you put the man out of the house and raise up the woman to where she feels like she doesn't need the man. You get what I'm saying? She could do it all on her own. Well, if you remove welfare, we'd have whole cities. We'd have whole black cities would exist again with money and wealth and land and all that stuff would exist again. Because no. Because only the strong survive. That means you got to survive. You get what I'm saying? So you get what I'm trying to say. So the same situation on the other side. Let me take a drink. Hold on. No, I don't want that. I want this. Let's go with water. So when you preach condoms, that's preaching welfare. I preach abstinence because that literally is the way to let you know you out here without a safety net, so protect it. You out here though. If you're gonna be out here, you out here though. If you get what I'm saying? So no, don't touch. Sex is a ritual. It is a creation ritual. Like only thing you missing is a pentagram under you. Didn't JP Morgan say or not JP Morgan, what's that man name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one who was doing all that magic. And they were sacrificing unto him. That the name of the title of the video. And that's how they were given all that wealth and prestige and idolatry to rise life. Right? So that's the truth. So, So we gotta raise up our standard. And if we see something, say something. And we gotta teach our children. Like, take the time and debate back and forth. But do it in a sweet, kind, loving way. Do it in a way where until we're going to keep talking, this is me and my child, we're going to keep talking about this until we're on the same page. No, it don't have to be all in one moment, but we're going to have organized debate conversations. Like, if you want to be an adult, get your evidence. Like, let's sit down. Get your evidence as to why this, sexual promiscuity is okay. Get your evidence together. And then let's sit here and talk through it until we get on the same page. Now mind you, it might not be all in the same day. Just know that, tomorrow or the next day or before they go to their next party, y'all need to sit down and get on the same page about certain subjects. You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take the time and teach, because evil is not just lurking. It is here. It has already snatched up our children. 8 million children have been snatched up. And many of them are suffering a sacrificial crucifixion worse than Christ. And we think we're supposed to be raptured. Nope. Nope. It's see fitting that they drank. They're literally no. You don't understand. In the slavery I'm talking about. No, they're literally making these children drink blood and eat flesh. No, that's what they're doing because this is a satanic slavery. This ain't your industrial slavery. No, 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 no. This is satanic slavery. So y'all need to understand that. And no, I'm not going all into the details of the things I've learned, but I'm going to tell you this. If you don't stand up and impart and teach the truth, that's another thing. Our kids have seen more evil than us. Just like AI, how they know the computers. Yeah, they've seen more. This generations of children, they've seen more evil than us. No, their friends have manifested into demons in front of them. No, that's the kind of stuff our children are dealing with. No, where their actual friend is walking around saying they're possessed, but everybody keeps joking and saying, oh, it's a TV show. It's just a TV show. But you got to be able to tell your child to look at them and say, I don't care if it's a TV show or not. I am not down with possession. Stay away from me. Because that's the kind of stuff that's happening. Our kids know more evil than we do. So don't give me that about, oh, we can't tell them. No, they already know. Now you got to help them protect the innocence. You got to teach them how to protect innocence. Generation to generation. That's what Moses was talking about. How hand it down. Make sure they understand. We have to protect innocence, but we also have to teach give it. Like I feel like Carol. I feel like Carol on Walking Dead. We gotta give some weapons to our children. And the only ones we can give them is morals, commandments, the God. That's all we can give them is God. The life of Christ, the righteousness, that's all we can give them to help them fend off evil. Right? Because when Sneaky Peeky dude come in, she could see it's evil because she been relishing in the house of Jesus for so long. God has been, her mom has been speaking to her the conversation about God and Jesus and understanding why he came to this earth, why he did the things that he did, why we have to hold up this standard. So the child already feels like if we give them these things now, they'll have confidence in the face of evil. That's why I do this video. Yeah, nothing may change, but if you could share this to the next one and we can create a vibe going where we're telling people how we can fight back, I'm telling you, raise up a standard. Raise up a standard of righteousness and goodness. Let me tell y'all something. This is so real. When I found out what my husband was doing, right? Now me, I'm for God only. You get what I'm saying? Like I am truly for God only, right? So I'm talking about these things that happen openly. And do you know I saw demons then? I saw people like, you shouldn't even be talking about that. Why are you even talking about that? No, nobody should even know that. No, nobody, why are you saying it? I can't believe you said that and everybody know that now. No, you ain't supposed to say that. Or, no, we don't want to talk about that. No, or if somebody hurt my child, I will fucking kill him and I'm gonna kill him. But guess what? That means y'all still can never talk about it. Right, that's Molech. That's Molech too. Acting like that in front of your child about somebody who has been abusing them. Remember, it was a process. It was a process to get that child to that place. So now this child is now afraid to say anything because of this weird, ungodly reaction of wanting to act aggressive in the face of pedophilia. That is acting aggressive in the face of pedophilia is also a tactic of Molech. I said it. It's true because y'all got to understand. There are people who have DID who literally change from one person to the next One of their altars want to tell the other of the spirit that has rose up into them, don't let them tell or take over to where they wasn't even them. Or here we go, alcohol. Here we go. Let's go alcohol. You've drank alcohol to the point where you woke up and went, "What the heck am I? What happened? What? I don't remember nothing. I blacked out." You get what I'm saying? So if we constantly act like to this, the person that was lured into a bad situation or was blacked out or they're afraid to get the help for the situation. You get what I'm saying? So it stops again. That's what I'm saying. If we got to get to the place where we can call it what it is. This is an attack from the adversary. If the person doesn't want help, if the person doesn't want to raise up a standard and create a code, then they are reprobate and they should be pushed over there. But as for I'm a killer, that's why my husband ran and we didn't see it. I never saw him again. Not until court date. I ain't see him ever again. Because by the way, Molech is the god of shame. Just so y'all know. So usually when someone does something like that, shame comes over them and then they disappear. You get what I'm saying? But if you can help that person get help, if they want it, because they may not want no help. But also your standards are up too, to where you like watching the kids. Everybody in the living room. No. We know what it is. You get what I'm saying? Those are the only ways to change how intermingled this legion is within all of our lives. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's your brother, it's your cousin, but if we raise up in the anger of, I hate that person and I'm gonna kill that person, if we raise up in that manner, then that person will never get freed from they won't ever get depossessed. Remember what God said? God literally, that's in the Bible. He literally said, how can I depossess? What did I want to give it says depossess. Look at the word depossess in the Bible. But he said, how could I depossess them? I think unless you told or unless you held the standard or something like that. Go look it up. Look up the word depossess. That is an actual word. Say depossess in the Bible. And there's a place where God himself is saying, how can I depossess them if you don't do this, if you're doing that? You get what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say, y'all, is we gonna have to put our thinking caps on. We're going to have to put our Christian caps on. Real Christian, not your fake church Christian. No, the real Christian that is sitting in front of Orlando Brown, who's admitted to eating flesh, doing a lot of evil stuff, and then saying, okay, let's walk with God together. I'm going to walk with God with you. So that way we can help you get the help that you need. Or be able to stand up against those things and say, nope, we don't do that. Nope, that's not the way. Let me show you right here in this verse and chapter. It says this. So nope. So, and if you continue to move in that manner, go far away. I'm talking about healing a nation. And it can happen person to person, holding up a standard, and then acting in a manner that fosters healing. That's what I'm trying to say. That fosters healing. You know, that's important. That has to be a possibility, or everyone's going to keep it a secret forever. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, a lot of you, I'm telling you, when I dealt with this situation, I had so many people mad at the way God was showing me that certain things have to come out. It does not mean I hate you. It doesn't mean anything. These things have to come out in order for you to get saved, in order for you to make it to heaven. I do. I pray for my husband to make it to heaven every day. Now, mind you, never on earth. I'll never be his friend, never talk on the phone, nothing like that. So don't think that. You get what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. You get judged if you did try to minister to someone. But don't worry. Nope, nothing like that. But I do pray that God does everything in his power to that man to make him make it to heaven. But there's many people who, when a person has done those types of afflictions towards you, you like, no, I pray he kill him. I pray he kill him dead and cut off his toenails. And, you know, no, that ain't gonna work. That ain't the, because if not, it stays a secret. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't put on that armor of godly righteousness, it will, everybody that is afflicted from DID, whatever else, sexual abuse, sexual ritual abuse, every last one of them will hide it when met with a mob, because that's how people, when you start talking about pedophilia and molestation and things like that, people mob up. And I'm telling you, that ain't the way to win this battle either. The way to win this battle is teaching, holding righteousness yourself, going, no, you are under 21, you will not have alcohol, and until you're 21, I'm going to teach you why those spirits shouldn't be imparted unto you. Teaching, no, you are not old enough to get married, but until you are old enough to get married, I'm going to be teaching you how to select the proper husband and how to respect your future husband. I'm going to teach you that until you're old enough. Like, you know, here we go. I'm gonna tell y'all now, this day and age, now's the time to pull out, like, no, y'all, I feel bad for anybody that's a parent of a little child during this time. Real talk, because now's the time to turn off the TV and open books and read them together. No, and when you, no, I'm talking about really turn off TV. No, there's spells all over that TV. If you go talk to some young kids, they are all watching, what's that one girl, Carly? She possessed by a demon. Like, no, real talk. Look at what the child culture YouTube videos and stuff are, and TikTok videos are guaranteed. No, the literal adults faking like they're possessed by demons while they're playing with toys to talk to your children. This is true. It's true. This is happening right now. Right now. So when I say turn off the TV, I mean really turn it off. I ain't talking about that old 90s, oh, don't watch that rated R type stuff. No, I'm talking about now rated G is rated R. Turn off all the TV and really read the books. So I feel bad for any lazy parents out there. Like, I'm lazy, so I would be kind of like, I'm glad I ain't got no little children right now. But I'm going to tell you this. One thing my kids could tell you, I always read the Bible to them. So now's the time to bring the children in on the Bible study. Read Bible stories to them. You know, read to them read that self-help book to them, for God's sake. Real talk. I literally read, now mind you, I'm not good at reading, like, you know, like those stories to kids, because sometimes you find out the story, you know, a lot of these books got demons in them too, like kids' stories, you know what I mean? But my kids will tell you, I literally read Law of Success to them. Napoleon Hill, 1924 edition, Law of Success. They were 7 and 4. It's time to read to them like that, though. That's the kind. So if you can't figure out what to read, read them self-help books. Read them the Bible. Read them goodness. I'm telling you, because the devil is doing everything in his power to code your child, to give your child an improper culture. Okay, it's the truth. To culture your kid in a negative manner so that they can have demonic evangelism and possession of your child, so that they can offer your child's soul up to the devil. I need y'all to hear that. And I want y'all to know I've been on this video now for 113 minutes. Do y'all know this was 113 minutes of hundreds of thousands of children in underground caves, tunnels, shipping containers, because this slavery is not televised. Like, no, they're hiding these children, right? Being molested, raped, all those negative words to what they do in sexual ritual abuse. And isn't 1 minute too long? Like, no, I want you to really think about a kid sitting there waiting for someone to rescue them. That's why I did this video. So that, yeah, I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody want to roll up and say, let's go to South America and pick up some kids, I'm going. Train me along the way. I'm going. Real talk. But that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen in my world. You get what I'm saying? But maybe you could share this video. Maybe to get people to apply what they're learning. That's really why. Apply what you're learning to opening your eyes to stuff around you. Like, you know, when you were here, I'm gonna give y'all a bad story, but it's a true story, and I'm gonna go. When I was 12 years old, I was lured to a party in Banbury, right? And it was like a house party, okay? But don't y'all beware of this person. Don't y'all know that in the hood, or maybe even in your neck of the woods, I don't know, but there's always like an older adult that is still a kid though. So they like 20, you know, maybe they had a baby when they was 17 or something, and they was given their own apartment in the project. So now they like 20 years old and they got their own place, right? So that's what type of party I was lured to, okay? And so there was this girl who had her own place, and they was having a party and all that kind of stuff. That entire night, I came through two and then went back out. Came to, went back out. Now, mind you, I was 12 or 13 years old, right? Like, and y'all know I'm Gen X, so our parents did not have a rein on us, okay? Like, they threw us to the wolves. Like, you come and go as you please as long as you ain't getting in trouble in school. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, I'm spending the night at this party that was all drinking, weed, the whole nine. You know, it was a party. But looking back on it, I now see it was a trap. It was a trap. So anyways, I came to, I wasn't, I was paralyzed. It felt like I was paralyzed, but I came to, you know, I know bits and pieces about what happened that night. You get what I'm saying? Just not all the full story, but I saw with my own eyes bits and pieces of what happened that night. I just was paralyzed. So anyways, the next day, now, the girl who invited me was one of the, like, you know, that TV show type Mean Girls, where there's this head honcho girl where she ain't really your friend, but if she fake like she your friend, you want to go where she going, that kind of girl. That girl, the next morning, right, that girl said to the girl who owned the house, or not owned the house, was, you know, living in projects in the house, right, whose home it was. She said, "Did you do it?" And then the girl whose house it was said, "Yeah, but she don't know, so don't say nothing." I heard them say this, but I was too afraid to ever say anything about it. No, like, I think this is the first time I'm really talking, like, on a public scale about what happened to me that night in Banbury. You get what I'm saying? There was another child that lured that situation. There was adults that were in on that situation. And on top of that, don't get me wrong, I wanted to be there. But here's the next part. There was a actual drug or something that happened that rendered me paralyzed. That alone says evil was afoot. That alone says that that was premeditated evil. You get what I'm saying? What the world? That was a fly. I was about to say, what the heck? Go on, fly. Shoot, fly. There. So anyways, I'm saying that story to say, as our kids may think that other kids wouldn't do such a thing, or that this wasn't organized evil, like it was happenstance. I put myself in that situation, right? I asked to spend the night over there knowing what kind of party that was. I put myself in that situation, huh? Right? Is what we say to ourselves. But the truth is, no, there was a far more intelligent, evil entity that smelled your virginity, that smelled your purity. And then it orchestrated what it needed to orchestrate around you. Look for the weak links so that it could take your innocence. That's important to know. It's important to know that kind of stuff is happening all around us, and we have to apply what we know, what we've seen with our own eyes, what we've heard about through our friends. We have to, on YouTube, they dude dead. Russ Dizdar dead, but he talked about all this stuff in a Black Awakening. Y'all go look that up. Right? He dead now. They killed him and his wife. You get what I'm saying? So we saw that video, but then we're not teaching the child next to us about the possibility of possessed people trying to lure them to negative places. But we saw the video and believe that it's going on. We believe Russ, right? So why did Russ, did he die in vain? Why did he tell us about that if we're not going to be vigilant of that and understand how deep that evil, how far reaching that evil's possibility is? Remember what I said, it moves like an entity. So you can't tell your daughter, oh, or you can't tell everybody else, you can't justify it by saying, well, I told her not to go to parties with I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say? It gotta go deeper than that. I taught her who Molech was. That Israel is bombing Yemen. It is time. These kids have seen way more evil than we understand. They just need somebody to put it in perspective so they can understand what they see in front of them. Okay? Oh, I hope I'm getting this out properly. I just feel pushed, like, I think I did it. I think I did my job, and I'll come back and do more if God says more. But let me look at the notes. Let me look at the notes before I go. So I told you who Molech is. Canaanite, little g god that promises to give you a whole bunch of stuff when you sacrifice to him. How to overcome, I already told y'all that. That was with righteousness and teaching righteousness, holding the line, long suffering, holding the code. Nothing like if you offer me a meal. Oh, here we go. This is the one I talk about. They do YouTube videos or TikToks on this. Like, would you slap your mother in the face for $500 million? Then they make jokes of mama getting slapped. Nah, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Nah, the code says no. No, ain't no amount of money is worth me doing that for. No. Ain't no amount of money is worth me giving over my headship as the man of the family. Ain't no amount of money is worth any of that. That's cold. That's why I say when I say raise up a standard, it got to be where that ain't even a funny joke no more to you. Because you know evil's afoot. So don't even joke with me like what's the worst evil you be if somebody would you chop off a pedophile's DI for $1 billion? We gonna give you $1 billion today. I don't know, that one's rough. I might no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because that's the only way we could get through this is by being the standard. So, but you get what I'm trying to say. They will definitely try to bribe you into doing evil and then make it funny and to where everybody like, yeah, give me that money. I'll take that money. No, y'all, we got to raise our standard and say, no, my God is awesome. My God who needs money when your dad owns a house on 1,000 hills? Like, who says knock and I'll give you anything that you want? Who needs money when God keep us all the way safe? Who really needs that? Nobody really needs it. And looking at the state of the world now, Ammon, Mammon, Mo, you get what I'm saying? Y'all know these little G gods, Ariel phenomenon, possible aliens. Who needs money when all that type of stuff is where you end up hanging out with the people that know about aliens and the people that know about Diddy parties and nobody. Leave me alone. I want to stay home. I don't want to be a part of those circles. We got Masons running around. You don't know because they sworn to secrecy, so you can't never be honest about loving your God in front of them. Because the truth is, they then take that like they gonna get you because you know you out here talking about the love of God. Like no, no. Now's the time to come from among them, my people. Raise your standard and come from among them. That means that, yeah, you and your husband was making a lot of money. Y'all had a blessed life. Y'all traveling every month, whatever the case may be. But I give all that up all day in order to hold up the standard of God. Hold up the standard of love and life and the principles of God. That means you got to walk away. That means you're going to feel a lot of pain. That means that you got to long suffer through this thing. It, Yeah, you got to long suffer through it. But don't get me wrong, take it from me. You come out on the other side a better person, stronger, wiser, smarter. But yeah, it hurt like heck. Going through it, while he peeled those evil entities off of you, it hurt like heck. But know this, you'll be a better, stronger, faster, smarter person for it. Like you will, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Let him go. Let that dirty man go. And yeah, you gonna wish somebody there was to hold you and hug you, but I'm gonna tell you right now, God himself does it. No, and I'm not saying that, like, no, I mean, like, no, he really do step in the gap. I get why they call him a husband, a groomman, because he really do step in, like for a woman that gave it all up for such things, he steps in like a groomsman. I'm telling y'all, I done had beautiful dates with the Lord and happy. Real talk. Like, no, God has treated me better than any man has ever treated me. You give it like on the thoughtful tip, on the loving tip, on the sweet tip, and all that. So I just want y'all to know that it's gonna hurt, but you got to. Yeah, when you stop acting like LGBT is cool, but the reason why you stop acting like it's cool is because you care about your friend. You care about the LGBT people. God's coming back. Y'all, God's coming back. Put away your foolish ways. Like, no, he real. Like, no, stuff happened where it ain't like back in the 90s where we like, I think he real. Well, love is love. Nah, God coming back. So out of love for you, I got to speak up about such things and say, repent so that way you could go to heaven with me. We gonna kick it in heaven, but he coming. He coming and he real. So I ain't saying that because I hate you or any of that. That ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't that I'm what they call those people, homophobic. No, I'm scared for your life because God is coming. No, he's already here. No, and no, he's really already here. And he's already working out, destroying certain people. Did he? Like he's already working it out. I'm telling you to get out of those lifestyles because God is about to, he about to do some stuff. So yeah, you got to lose all your friends. Lose them all. Yeah. No, God is here. Like he's all, like, no, any minute now. We're just waiting on the bomb to drop and the skies to open up and the gamma ray to come in and fire to ensue and the oceans depart. Like we're just waiting any second now. So like, no, now is the time. Yep. Lose your friends. Yep. Yep. Those that don't want to hear it, or those that still giving their children alcohol, you know what I mean? Like they home, they 17. Or having throwing them a graduation party with alcohol in it. They 18. You ain't allowed to drink until you 21. How about we teach about alcohol? That it's spirit cooking. That it literally does give something else the ability to take over your body for a season of time. Like if you go too far with it, you'll be waking up the next morning while there's videos of you barking. It's true. It's true. So, all right. Yeah, I think that's everything because that was the end. It was only one page. It wasn't nothing else on there. But yeah, raise up the standard. We could do this. We could do this. And yeah, it's gonna hurt. But that's that part about we all Jesus. We all claim to follow Jesus. But what did Jesus say? Sell everything and follow me. No, him that loses his family and friends on account of me will be rewarded, like he will be rewarded above and beyond. Go look at these Bible verses about, because Jesus himself said, no, in order to rock with me, yeah, you gotta forsake your very life. Come on, y'all, let's get started. This life is some bull anyways. They tripping. No, there's children, 129 minutes. This is a super long video. There's a child in a dungeon being raped 40, 50 times a day. Oh, that last thing. God told me why, like I asked him why this type of slavery too. You get what I'm saying? Like, why this type of slavery? And he told me, he asked me how much. Now, mind you, I've been in the country for a while, and I got to post those videos. I still haven't posted them. But I met my first cow up close. I met my first cow up close. It was a very, like, cool thing. These were some really sweet cows, okay? So God said, how much a cow cost? And I was like, at this point now, I met a cow. I know it's about $2,000, $3,000 for, you know, depending on what type of cow you want. But it's, you know, $2,000, $3,000. And then he said, now I want you to think about how much it will cost to buy one child, right? Buy one. Oh, that's another thing. The man said that buying a child was like $5 million. You get what I'm saying? So they have a stable of children. They buy a few different children. You know, so picture buying one child is cost $100,000. Okay. Now let's go back to the cow though. When you buy the cow for $2,000, you get a lifetime of milk. You get a lifetime of, you know, milk, them eating the grass. That cow goes into service for you in order to bring back the wealth that you spend on it. And then so he was basically saying that's why these children are literally costing like $100,000 per child, right? But they're charging $100,000 per experience with a child. Did y'all get what I'm trying to say there? So you bought the child for $100,000, but then on the dark web, they're selling children for $100,000 for 30 minutes with a child. That's why this type of slavery, like it's just like a cow. It's chattel. It's chattel slavery. Oh, thank you, Father. It's chattel slavery. Y'all need to understand this. So don't think that the amount of money that these men, now remember, so $100,000 for 1 hour with a child. Well, they're making these children do this 20 times a day. 20 times, that's $2 million a day that they're making. No, they're not letting that go easily. You get what I'm trying to say? Everybody's gonna have to hurt in making sure they let that go. That's another thing. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all remember Easteen? Y'all know who I'm talking about, Easteen? Yep, he was arrested July 6, 2019, and he was dead by August. All right. God told me the everything that they're doing, like the wars, the rumors of wars, the comets in the sky, the everything that they're doing, Lebanon, Israel, all of that. He said that was a distraction. That was a distraction because just like Diddy killed people for finding out that he was gay, he said that all that distraction is to stop us from finding out that the world rulers are gay. All of them. Like that they are, it only happened after Easting. Everything was fine. Everything, life was going on normal until Easting happened. Then when he happened, we ain't been given a rest. Ever since he's been arrested, we haven't been given rest. It's so like, so what I want to say about that, the reason why I'm saying that is, instead of focusing on all this, because they're making it to where we know there's a lot of stuff going on. They're like iPet Goat. They making us like, You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff going on. So instead of focusing on that distraction, just focus on this one thing. The fact that we know that they are selling children. Like, don't let them change the subject. This apocalypse has been because they want to change the subject of Eve's thing. Okay, can't you see it? It was from the moment he was arrested. We haven't been allowed to rest. From the moment he was arrested, it's been one thing after another. And I'm talking about name it. Name it. Name something in the news. I mean, all these things have happened because we were about to find out that some very serious, some very big people, the shame of the fact that they are pedos and gay is about to come out. So they killed the world because it was about to come out. They apocalypsed the world. I just made that word up. Apocalypsed the world. They did. So I just want to put that out there. Don't let them change the subject. Teach. Stop looking at just YouTube and actually teach your children what you know. But in a sweet way. I'm not telling you be like, hey, they gonna get you, little bad. No. Like, look at this. Okay, but look at this. Okay, we got eyewitness of this. No, well, why that kid say that if it didn't really happen? Like, no, look at this. Like, in the sweetest way possible. In the sweetest way possible, teach your child that all this stuff is going on and give them, look, this generation like to say she got receipts. Show them receipts. Show them the fact that we reported on this stuff before it happened and then it happened so that they could see evil's real. Supernatural is real. Supernatural is real so that they'll start going and see it in their own, amongst their friends. Like, we have to. If we keep it, that's the reason why that organization, God has got me so full of so much information, please forgive me, but that's the reason why that organization has the Secrecy Act. Look, oh, it's 322 right when I said that. I couldn't make this up. Like, that was perfect. It's 322 has the Secrecy Act. So we're gonna have, for every action there's an opposite yet equal reaction. So I really think that we're gonna have to be honest, lovingly honest, truthful. We're gonna have to run after the truth in order to beat 322. In order to get past this Secrecy Act. Because now, once you start speaking, you're gonna see the people around you that are holding secret oaths, because they're gonna have to run away from you. They're gonna have to run away from you. Real talk. So y'all got to understand this. Y'all got to understand this. This is very important, and it's going to come with some bumps and bruises. But I'm going to tell you this. If you do it on a local level, like I'm talking about just within your family, just within your circle, just within, on a local level, teaching that possession is real, that demonic entities are literally after your innocence, teaching this, that they literally do move through families and bloodlines and they got the smell of, you got innocence smell on you, so they're coming. And then showing them receipts like, no, so-and-so was at this party and this what happened and this is her testimony, and Allie Carter, praise God for Allie Carter. Here's her full interview of what happened to her at these parties and in foster care. And that we have to. That's the only way. If not, God gonna leave us all over to a reprobate mind. No rapture's coming. Sorry to tell y'all. And show receipts. So, all right, love you guys. I think I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me see if I can get some of these. See what was being said. I would love to know. You know, I'm about to screenshot a few of these. Dang, y'all was talking. Hold on, I'm just getting a few of this just so I could see what was going on, what was being said. Y'all remember that movie Alien Code? That's literally what's going on. It messed up on me, sorry. Y'all know that movie Alien Code? Like how they're waiting to break out. Like it said, the aliens were watching like on a closed circuit TV, but they couldn't interact. Well, now they're breaking out to start interacting. Knowledge told me about all of the 14-year-olds that are being inducted into doing evil things. Like, no, around the world, people are literally unleashing teenagers to do evil things. That these teenagers were formerly trafficked and or still being trafficked. These teenagers have been in captivity and MK Ultra brainwash, all that kind of stuff. So if we don't turn around and teach, that's who kills us. Like the movie Children of the Corn. That's the one that when the society falls apart, that's the fifth wave. That's the fifth wave. Come on. They've been telling it us all in our faces. That's the fifth wave. It was parents against children, and they didn't know who was who. They told the children that the parents were aliens, and the children are literally just trying to fight this war against aliens without having their parents around. But if we teach them about this happening, they can't be taken over like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all. We might be able to save some kids just by turning the tide, so that way when you hear your friends say something stupid, you check them on it. That you say, no, we protect innocence around here. No. Yeah, I know you saw me drunk at the party. I was doing all the bad stuff too, but let me tell you something here. It's time to protect innocence. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the first thing that you had a baby when you was 13. I did. I had a baby when I was 13. I was drunk my entire, that people that know me, they'll tell you I was drunk from 13 to 18. Like I really will. No, not 18, because I moved in with my dad when I was like 16, 17. So I was drunk from 12 to 17. You get what I'm trying to say? So they'll turn around and be like, oh, who are you to say? I'm somebody that's holding the code. I'm somebody that repented and learned a lesson and said, even if you don't like me, even if I go to hell, but I'm going to teach this from hell. You better pray I don't make it to hell, because if I make it to hell, I'm going to worship God and tell about the principles of God all the while in your face while I'm there. That's what happens when a person say, nah, this was wrong, so now we got to do it right. You get what I'm trying to say? You got, I hope y'all understand. So I'm going this deep on it because I need y'all to understand that you're going to lose a lot of friends. It's going to hurt. But you got to do that deliberately. Just go into it for saying what's right. I'm not telling you get rid of people. Like, I'm saying just hold everybody to the standard of what's right. Right is right. And if they doing wrong, leave. Get away from them. If you feel like you can't safely say that that's wrong, get away from them. That ain't your crew. That ain't your tribe. Get away. Okay? So, okay, I'm gone, y'all. I think I got enough. Hold on. I got enough. All right. Love you guys. God bless. I hope I did what God asked me to do. And share this video. Maybe it hit hard enough with a few people that you know letting their kids do dirt because they think that it's okay for them to do that kind of dirt with them. Or you get what I'm saying? Just it's time for us to raise the standard. All right. God bless you all. Oh, my God. Ruru is out again. He wants to eat. Talk to y'all soon. Hold on, wait. I want to show y'all Ruru before I go. Ruru, I'm coming to feed you now. All right, God bless you guys.